How we doing, guys? Moose here, back for episode 23 of our West Ham United career mode as we start things off with Stoke City taking a trip to the Bowl. And obviously we did lose away at the Britannia to Stoke earlier in the season, and Stoke sitting just 4 points behind us, so we do have a game in hand. So this is obviously a huge game for teams in the top half of the table, obviously. And we do come out in our normal 4-4-2 narrow diamond formation, but a little bit of a mix-up in the lineup. Amalfitano comes into the middle of the lineup. Noble actually is out. Based on fitness reasons, he's not even in the squad today. Sacco and Valencia do lead the line, and we have guys like Carol Zarate, Kevin Nolan, etc. on the bench tonight. Coming out against a pretty tough Stoke side. I'll tell you what, they come out in a 4-3-3 with Diouf leading the line, Moses and Asaidi on the wings, Whelan, Sidwell, and Zonzi in the middle, Butland in goal, and some key players like Arnautovic and Ireland and Crouch on the bench. No Bojan though. I think he was injured coming into this game. But we get things started off here in the 15th minute. Valencia and Sacco linking up together. Sacco eventually tries a shot from range. Just puts it a couple inches wide of the goal, so disappointing to not at least get an effort on frame. But when we get a chance here with Stoke coming back the other way, it's eventually cleared away as far as Alex Song. Downing tries to clear it. It's a horrible giveaway. Very unlucky to end up hitting a Stoke or a West Ham player. Unable to clear the ball, and Diouf takes advantage and slots the ball in the back of the net for his 14th goal of the season to give Stoke an early lead in the 21st minute. Fair play to him. He did take his chance when it came to him, but really disappointing. We had a couple of blocks there, 3 or 4 different opportunities where we could have cleared the ball away. Downing eventually was the last culprit to be unable to clear things up. He tried to play it out, hits a Stoke man, falls to Diouf. Might have taken a deflection even there. It's tough to tell. I think it ends up it does take a deflection right across the face of Winston Reid. I think it hits him in the chest. Otherwise, it looked like Adrian would have made the save, but Diouf will claim that all his own regardless and give Stoke City an early lead. Downing, though, comes back the other direction here. Nice little fake shot and skills. Eventually tries to curl at the top corner. That would have been an unbelievable goal had it gone in the back of the net, but he does miss high, wide, and not very handsome there. Valencia then played through the beautiful ball over the top. Comes in, has a chance, but Butland does really well to come out and challenge him and force a good save. Valencia had to take that shot on. It's a good save by the young England keeper. Kiyate then tries a shot from about 30 yards, just inches away from beating Butland again at that near post. So we are trying a few shots from range, unable to break through just yet. But Kiyate plays Sacco through down the wing. He does turn inside of a defender, eventually has to take his time, works the ball back out to our right back, Carl Jenkinson, then into the on-loan man from Barcelona, Alexander Song. Good strike, but Butland again with a really nice save as he's looked strong. Then Downing here in the 44th minute, plays a corner and looking for the head of Tompkins. I think it actually hit off of a Stoke City man, turning it onto his own net, but it was a good save from Butland to keep things clear. Cresswell then to start off the second half with an amazing little run, just kind of weaving his way through a couple defenders and forcing Butland into a stop from range. So we're really pressuring Stoke, deserving an equalizer here if we can get it. Downing does really well to turn around a couple defenders. Plays it inside to Valencia, comes through in a good deflection there to force the ball out for a corner, which Downing floats in, looking for Amalfitano. It's headed away as far as Alexander Song. He gets onto it, his shot is blocked, falls to Diafra Sacco, lays it back out towards James. Tompkins, the England center back, plays the ball out wide to Stuart Downing, our central attacking midfielder. He whips it in, looking for Sacco. And Diafra Sacco, for all the goals he's put in this year, expect him to do better with a header there. Unable to get it in the back of the net, but Sacco now in the 69th minute stops the ball, plays it forward to enter Valencia. Valencia stops the ball as well. Use a fake shot to get around his defender, and he's brought down. It surely had to be at least a free kick, but the referee does not give it. Unfortunate there. But Stoke then, using that to their advantage, coming back the other way. Arnautovic has come on as a substitute with Ireland, lays it back to Sidwell, has a strike. It's saved by Adrian. Moses puts it in the back of the net. But thankfully for us, he is offside, well offside, you can tell by the shot, and we do escape without giving up a second here to Stoke City. Would have been undeserved for them realistically, as we've been pressuring them for a while. Nolan then comes on as a substitute. Ball played out wide to Stuart Downing. Uses a little bit of skill here, turns his back to the defender, turns inside of Eric Peters, lays the ball looking for Mauro Zarate, who's come on as a substitute. It falls to Jenkinson, and Jenkinson with a screamer! Carl Jenkinson with arguably our finest goal of the season, and what a time to score it in the 87th minute. The on-loan Arsenal right back with an absolute stunner from range to level the score at 1-1. You can see Andy Carroll, Winston Reid, everyone getting in on the celebrations. What a goal that is from Carl Jenkinson. Look for Zarate. It's cleared only as far as Jenkinson. From about 28 yards, he rifles the ball over a couple of defenders, past an outstretched Butland and into the back of the net. What a finish that is from the right back, who somehow found his way over to the left-hand side of the box, but he was in the right place at the right time. You see Butland looking disappointed there, but can't take anything away from the goal by Jenkinson. Obviously his first in a West Ham United shirt, and what a goal it was. But then Jenkinson could be the GOAT here, as he does give the ball away in midfield to Steve Sidwell. Ireland then coming forward on the counter-attack. Sees the run here of Peter Crouch, who's come on the substitute. Lays it for Arnautovic, and that's just equally a stunner and an absolute heartbreaker, as Marko Arnautovic with a thunderbolt into the top right-hand corner. Sensational finish, you have to say. Adrian, nothing he could do there. That was a wonderful strike. Even if it's at his near post, it's inch perfect into that upper 90, and it's a heartbreak for our Irons here at home. What a strike that was. Nothing Adrian could do, as it is laser pinpointed direct for that upper 90. What a strike it was from Arnautovic. Just his third goal of the season, and that would be how the game would finish. So a disappointing points drop there. You can't take away from that world-class finish, but we deserve better. 15 shots to their 7. More shots on target, 54% possession. Unlucky. Jenkinson actually winning man of the match, scoring that equalizing goal despite having the turnover that allowed Stoke to counterattack and come forward for the next goal. But then we come forward here with a youth squad report. I'll say I went through it a little bit quick. If you decide to try and have a look at it, feel free to pause. We do sign 1 or 2 players, but you'll have a better look at them at our youth squad monthly report when we get back around there to see the players we actually did sign. And now we come into our second game of the episode, away at the Emirates, taking on Arsenal. And we have had the upper hand on Arsenal this year. Obviously, we did beat them 2-0 twice, once in the FA Cup away at the Emirates and also at home at the Bowl-In in the Christmas festive period. So Arsenal sitting just 4 points behind us, very similar to the way Stoke were sitting just 4 points behind us. And they come out with a fantastic line. Welbeck leading the line, Ozil, Podolski, Sanchez, Ramsey, Wilshere. Talk about attacking talent. And then they have guys like Giroud, Rosicky, Walcott on the bench looking to offer us even more of a challenge. And we come out with a risky lineup here. I'll tell you what, if you pause that and have a look at it, we're playing a 3-5-2. Rodriguez, our January signing, and Jarvis playing in the wings. Morrison as the cam sitting behind Andy Carroll and Mauro Zarate. So a little bit of a different lineup here, but I wanted to take that and try and brace one, because we have the Tottenham Hotspur game coming up here in just 3 days' time. So we needed to have some players fit and rested for that, as that would be the FA Cup semi-final. Obviously, we want to get through to the final, so I want to have a lot of our players rested. But then, I wanted to have 3 center backs on the field to contest with Arsenal's defense, and I also set Jarvis and Rodriguez to track back on defense. So essentially on defense, we turned our lineup back into a 5-3-2, if you want to call it that, with Morrison coming back on defense. And you can see, even if you look at our back line when we are defending Arsenal, who came out really brightly and created a ton of chances in the early going, when you actually watch us set up, you see we do have 5 at the back, basically, but then Jarvis and Rodriguez offer a ton going forward as well because of the pace they have. Carroll with a huge chance. Zarate showing off some silky skills to get behind the defender. Play a beautiful cross in, smashed across the face of goal, and Carroll was just unlucky to have a shot block. But Mesut Ozil showing the ability he has in the ball, just turn inside a couple of defenders. We don't do well to clear the ball away. It falls to Mesut Ozil, plays the ball into Jack Wilshere, the England man, trying to create something here, turns back on himself, lays the ball off to Sanchez, and his left-footed strike goes well wide and doesn't trouble Adrian, so we're able to escape there. We do get a chance here. Collins with a header off a corner, and Wojciech Szczesny with a fantastic save to keep things level. But Arsenal then on the stroke of halftime, looking for a goal. Ramsey floats it in, eventually finds his way to Podolski. He lays off to Danny Welbeck, turns around, Winston Reid has a shot, and Adrian does just enough to turn it outside the post. But 49th minute, Arsenal again challenging us here. We have Alexis Sanchez on the ball, marked well by Mark Noble. Noble blocks it. Sanchez finds his own rebound, and what about that for a finish? Another goal from long range, and Alexis Sanchez puts Arsenal ahead at home at the Emirates. And it's a tough pill for us to swallow. We had defended so resolutely and played really well, to be honest. I actually loved the way this formation played. I'll tell you what, the players in there did a fantastic job. And this is just an unlucky goal. Noble does so well to block that shot. And then it was one of those things where the control of the player switched to Noble for me, and I didn't know which way the ball was going to bounce after it was blocked. So I ended up running the wrong way. It gave Sanchez enough time to get back on the ball and he made no mistake smashing the ball. And you'll take note, it's actually his first goal in the BPL, and they actually remarked at the beginning of the game how he had been in poor form. So interestingly enough, unlike real life, Sanchez has really struggled to make his mark at Arsenal, and that could explain why they're sitting so low in the table, 7th, I think they were right now coming into this game. But we do try and equalize here. Pressing numbers forward, we decided to have Rodriguez and Jarvis not track back so much, just so they could get forward and try and create things. Carroll's header goes over the bar. Zarate then plays a beautiful 1-2 with Ravel and Morrison, linking up really well. Zarate trying to create things from out wide, lays into Carroll again, and the big man strike is well stopped by Chesney. Downey forces the ball for a corner, but moving forward here into the 84th minute, Kevin Nolan comes on as a substitute to try and help us create. He plays the ball forward to the big man, Andy Carroll. Lays it off for Rodriguez, the former Zurich man. Plays it into Ender Valencia. Through to Matty Jarvis, and he scored! He's brought home the equalizer. Matthew Jarvis, who hasn't had a ton of play in the West Ham lineup this year, has scored the equalizer in the 85th minute. Much to Arsene Wenger's chagrin, Jarvis somehow squeaked through behind the defense and is able to just get a little sliding toe poke on the ball beyond Wojciech Szczesny's extended arms and sneaks it into the back of the net for an absolutely huge goal that could save a point for West Ham as long as they don't throw it away, much like they did in their previous fixture against Stoke City, equalizing late and then giving up a second goal. So that'll be one thing they'll hope to contend against, and will probably retreat into a pretty defensive formation just to salvage this point at the Emirates. But here into stoppage time, Callum Chambers getting forward here as we do switch to a defensive style play. Chambers getting forward, plenty of time and space on the ball, lays it forward, looking for Ozil. It eventually falls away. Adrian comes forward, and I don't know how we didn't give a penalty away here as he took out Welbeck. Eventually falls to Walcott, who's come on as a substitute, and Ozil has a chance on the rebound, but he is offsides. And then one final chance for Arsenal, final roll of the dice. Aaron Ramsey plays the ball over the top to Danny Welbeck, chests it down, has a strike. Great save by Adrian, but Welbeck actually is offside. You can see the assistant with his flag raised, and that chance is ruled out from Welbeck, and that would be how the game would finish. A huge 1-1 draw, so he took a big risk with the lineup there, but that's the thing we like to try out. Obviously, this is a game away from home that if we could get a point, it would be a point gained, I felt like. And so we took that risk. It did pay off for us with Jarvis picking up that equalizer and a huge 1-1 draw that will lead us into our FA Cup semi-final match at Wembley against rivals Tottenham Hotspur in the next game. So hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Hope you stick around for the next episode with the FA Cup semi-final. We'll see you then, guys. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you do want to keep watching. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.